Alright, so I've been gone for a couple of weeks, but my wife and I have been working on getting everything we needed to get out on the road. We picked up a truck and a trailer, so stay tuned for videos coming out soon. We're going to be hitting the road, traveling, hitting some mountain bike spots, hitting a lot of national parks, so we're really excited for that. I hope you guys are excited about joining us on that journey. But today this video is all about wrapping up our Riding Cameron Park series, where I'm riding every single trail here to make sure that I'm finding the absolute best trails to ride if you're ever riding in Cameron Park. So today I've parked out at MCC, got a nice view of the river right behind me. We're going to hit the trails. We're going to make our way up to Highlander, Hale Bopp, and some of these double black diamonds out here. I'm going to take a look at them today. We got Babbler, Batcave, and Thor. Thor was the one that I went over the bars on, so we might start with that one. We might just avoid it today. We're going to see. So I'm about to get the bike out of the truck and start hitting these trails, but I just wanted to talk about some of the ones that I was planning on hitting today. So starting with Highlander. Highlander is one that I've heard a lot of great things about. A lot of people say it's one of the best trails out here. I've never been over there, so it's a single black diamond trail, and I think it's a pretty long one, so we'll just have to buckle up for that one, see how that one goes. And then Hale Bopp is another popular. It's a blue trail that runs right next to all the double black diamond trails that are out here. And then those double blacks, I'm not exactly sure where people would put them on which one is the most difficult out of the three. So we'll just go put our eyes on it and see what it looks like. See if we can ride those today, push our limits a little bit, hit some gnarly trails. Other than that, we'll just kind of take them as they come. I'll throw a piece up of the map so you guys can see kind of the area of the park that I'm in and the trails that I'm looking at. So with that being said, let's go ahead and hop on the bike and hit these trails. Excuse me. So that's it. This is the last episode of riding every single trail in Cameron Park. I hope you guys enjoyed this series. I know I did. I found a couple of trails that, you know, before I probably wouldn't have ever tried them, but giving myself the challenge of trying every single trail here really opened up some cool trails and some good loops that I could come out to ride. So with that being said, let's talk about the trails we rode today. My number one goal was to ride all of the double black diamond trails to see if I was actually at a skill level where I could ride them without hurting myself. So first thing I did when I got here today is I biked all the way over to the bottom of Thor, walked up it to try to look at some line choices. And when I was up there, I was just kind of feeling like I could use a warm-up, so I went and rode Highlander. It was also my first time on that trail, and it was a lot of fun. I've heard a lot of people talk about Highlander being a great trail. For me personally, I probably won't come out here just to ride Highlander again because it is so separated from the rest of the park that I would rather kind of ride some of the other trails towards the middle where I could have a good loop of some of my top trails that are here in the park. It reminded me a lot of California 56, so if you've been out here and you tried California 56 but you haven't tried Highlander, I would say that they're pretty similar. After riding Highlander, I did decide to go back and walk up another double black diamond, which was Batcave. And when I got to the top of it, I was feeling confident that I could string it together, so I went ahead and hit that trail. The top part of it, it got a little chunky, got a little technical, and then once I get to that open spot of those rocks, it really started to challenge me. I had to get off the bike and retry a couple of those sections multiple times. But I did make it down it, so that was pretty cool. One of these days I'll have to come back out here and try to hit it from top to bottom without any stops, but we'll leave that for another day. I feel like that trail really pushed me to my limits and had a couple of close calls on it. So I'm gonna stop on that trail before I hurt myself. So after that, I walked back up Thor and ended up riding Thor straight back down. Now, Thor was one of the trails that I went over the bars on, and that was kind of painful, so I was like kind of a little bit skeptical of hitting that trail again, but after walking it and rolling up to it a couple of times, I was able to hit it from top to bottom pretty smooth. I was pretty pumped about that. It's a sweet trail, definitely one of the more friendly double black diamonds here in the park. So if you're kind of on the verge of trying to ride some of the most technical trails that they have here, Thor is a great one to start on. Babbler was the only other double black diamond over here, and I did not hit it today. Walking up the trail, I just felt like I was not in a spot where I could ride that trail today, so I decided to save it for another time. After that, I went back up to the top and I rode down Hale Bopp, a nice blue flow trail. That's definitely one that I would add to the list if you're looking for some nice fun trails to just come out and cruise down the mountain on. So all in all, it was a great day of riding. Definitely have some handfuls of trails that I'm going to look back on and see if I would ride them again. So I'm going to head back to the house and call it a day on this one. Here soon I will be putting out a video with some footage of all of my favorite, probably top 5 or top 10 trails here in Cameron Park, and ideas for a loop where you could put them all together. So if you only had a couple of days to come ride, that you would have a good idea of what trails you would want to hit while you were here. So that's going to be it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this series. I do have more content planned coming out. My wife and I are planning on getting on the road, and we'll be traveling a decent amount of places near some of the national parks. So if you guys are in any of those areas, you know some trails, let me know where I should ride. If you're interested in seeing some of that travel content, let me know in the comments below if you would like to have them put up on this channel, because we will be filming a lot of our traveling content while I'm also doing my mountain bike stuff. So if you're interested in seeing those, just let me know. Once we do get on the road, I am looking at doing probably every other week for mountain bike content, so that we have time to drive and get settled down somewhere and find some good trails to ride and put together a sweet video for you guys. That's it for today, so I'll see you guys next time. And like always, I'll see you out there on the trails.